Hey guys, welcome to Talk with Alana podcast. Well, a little bit of a change this episode, so I decided that now I'm going to do my podcast from the car. And you know what? I get to make my own rules. Who said that you cannot do podcasts from the car? Get to make my own rules. I can shoot podcast whatever I want. So yeah, I was just thinking why I was not able to shoot podcasts recently, and we're all busy and all that kind of stuff. But the reality is that because I feel like a little bit uncomfortable in my own home, and the reason why is because my husband, Corey Weber, also is an immigration consultant, and we work together from our home every single day. So when I go to my office, my home office, to shoot podcasts, I don't know why, but like on the back of my mind, I still I feel his presence, and I feel like he's listening, and I feel like it's just, I don't know, it's the weirdest feeling ever. I don't know if you ever had that. Let me know, comment or DM me on LinkedIn and let me know if you ever had that weird feeling when you're recording any sort of content and like somebody listening while you're recording. Does that make you feel weird? So anyways, I decided that I'm going to try to do it from my car because honestly, I love spending time in my car. I always feel like super just myself here, and I love driving. I love being here. I get to just grab my coffee from my favorite coffee shop in Cambridge and spend a little time with you guys. So welcome for the new episode. And today we're talking about how you as an RCIC can get from $0 to $100,000 per year. Well, the reason I decided to talk about this specific topic is because recently what I've realized is that so many RCICs have been reaching out to me specifically with that request. Like when I ask them, what is your goal? They would say, okay, my goal is to get to $100,000 of revenue. Now, that being said, I work with many different RCICs in different stages of business. I work with people who are already at 400,000 of revenue per year, and they want to go in even further. I work with people who are $200,000 revenue. I work with all sorts of RCICs. But today's specific episode is for those who is still not at six figures in their business, and maybe you just recently got your license, or maybe it's been a while since you got your license and you never broke that ceiling of six figures per year of revenue. So we're talking today how you can actually get there. So the reason really also another reason why I want to talk about this is that because I noticed that honestly, some RCICs that I've known for a while now were never able to break that number or to reach that number. And I keep asking myself question, why is that so? Why some RCICs really reach that number within the short timeline, like 1-2 years, and other RCICs, they just struggle like for 3-4 years reaching that $100,000 of revenue. And today I really want to show you and break down my specific strategy that I literally like guide every single RCIC who has that goal in mind, who has that goal specifically of $100,000, so six figures of revenue in their business. I'm going to break down this one strategy, one step-by-step process, very practical, that would allow you to finally get there. Hopefully in 2026, right? Right now it's almost the end of 2025, so it's a great timing of this episode. So another thing that I want to talk about is, sorry, I'm just looking at some notes here, just if you're wondering why I'm looking down. Another thing that I want to talk about is really the source of why some RCICs just never seem to be able to get out of that cycle of not having enough clients, not having right kind of cases or right kind of clients, not being able to maybe quit their full-time job to go all in with their business. Why some RCICs like constantly feeling like they're just like scrambling, they're in survival mode over and over again, and from from month to month, doesn't matter what I do, I'm like just keep being in that survival goal. What I see more often than not is that RCICs are generally being stuck at that like $4,000 per month revenue bracket, and sometimes it's really hard for them to get out of it, and they feel like they need to hustle so much to get any consultations, any clients. Maybe you already tried providing free consultations, lowering your prices. Maybe you already kept wondering if it's the market, if that's just the reality we're in, that it's not a favorable market, and that's maybe the reason why you cannot break to that $100,000. So yeah, like maybe you're just in a position when it just seems like it's never going to be your reality, that you're going to see that number. And when I'm talking about $200,000, that seems completely unrealistic and unattainable for you, because it's been so long and so much effort just trying to accomplish 6 figures. I really talk to a lot of RCICs that experiencing all these kind of thoughts and symptoms. So when I talk to those RCICs, I always ask myself a question. So why is that so? Like, what's the main source of why this person really cannot get out of that cycle of like constantly being in survival mode, paycheck to paycheck, and just simply not being able to like just get to that next level, right? And the next level being around $8,000 per month, which is roughly $100,000 per year, right? So couple of sources. So when I thought about it, I identified 3 main issues or problems why a lot of RCICs are just simply struggling with getting to 100,000. So source number 1 or issue number 1 is overcomplicating the process, overcomplicating their business, overcomplicating just the things on everyday basis that they need to do in their business, feeling overwhelmed from all of this overcomplications. Now, here's the thing. We are human beings, all of us are really, really weird creatures, because we love complicate stuff. I don't know why we were created that way, but our human being nature loves complex things. Even if something is very simple, we seem to have a very hard time believing that that simple thing is actually going to work. We believe that very complex things work, but we have a hard time believing that very simple things work. Therefore, when I tell somebody that, like, all you need to do is just focus on your marketing, focus on your visibility, focus on literally getting in front of people every single day. And if you ask me how to do it, I would say, well, you have to get on interweb. We're in 2025, has to happen. You have to go on internet to be visible to new clients, new people. And a lot of people just have hard time understanding that it is that simple. Yes, it is like truly that simple. You just go online and you just post 1 piece of content per day. That's it. There's nothing more to it. There's nothing less to it. If you promise me you can do it for 365 days, then I can 100% guarantee that you will have a 6-figure business. Now, the problem is that people think that there is more to it. People think, okay, I'll give you a very good analogy why this is happening. So when you think about living, a healthy lifestyle. So if we do analogy on like our healthy lifestyle, living, good, having healthy habits, maybe losing weight, right? Like for some of us, when you think about that goal, let's say, then really the core of that is very simple. You just need to exercise and eat healthy. That's it. Nothing more, nothing less. You just go to the gym 3 times a week and you eat healthy. And if you do those two things, I can promise you that you will be good. I can promise you that you're going to achieve your goals, right? Now, our human nature wants to think that no, it has to be this keto diet. It has to be these very complicated things. So like 10 years ago, we believed, or 20 years ago, we believed that having fat-free food is the best thing ever, and this is how you lose weight. Now, since then, it's been proven that it's not true. It's actually not the case, really. Now we believe that eating high protein diet that's the case, and maybe that's what it is, right? That's the case. We have keto diets, we have high protein diets, we have workouts. I love Orange Theory, by the way. So we have Orange Theory, which has this whole science. They have a whole like research team behind it. We'll have all of these things, but in really reality is just eat healthy and just go to the gym, that exercise or walk every day. Just that's it. There's nothing complex to it. And this is what I feel like comes in business, right? We love to overcomplicate things, and we love to just overwhelm ourselves, and therefore we're creating for ourselves these like crazy barriers that we're almost not able to overcome. We tell ourselves stories that things are so complex and it's really hard to get clients and the market is bad, and we tell ourselves stories. And that's reason number one. I feel like just people cannot get out of their head, honestly. So that's reason number one. And I'll tell you in this episode an exact framework how you can just stop overcomplicating things. Now, reason number two that I feel stopping a lot of RCICs has a lot to do with reason number one. And quite frankly, is lack of courage, and that in a combination with lack of support. So here's what I mean. Lack of courage and lack of support, that means that caring about other people's opinions stops you from doing something that's going to bring you sales. Most of the cases, that comes down to that, really. Caring about other people's opinion, caring about how you come across in your community, maybe to your friends, to your family, caring about social media, caring about Google reviews, caring about all of these things that come into your mind. I have really, really bad news for you. Nobody cares. Nobody cares if I'm recording this podcast in a car. Nobody couldn't care less right now who is watching that I'm recording this in a car. Nobody cares really about anything that I do. The same way nobody cares about anything that you do. People do the craziest stuff out there in 2025. Go on TikTok, see what people post. Like, there is nothing you can possibly do on internet to surprise the world. There is nothing you can surprise the world with. Nothing. So trust me, life is way too short to be caring about what people think or say. And frankly, that's very irrelevant to your course of your business, your life, course of how your family is going to be living their lives, your kids, opportunities that you're going to give to your kids. You want that to be dependent on what people think about you? This is crazy. So yes, we all care too much about society, about social norms, and all that kind of stuff. So that's probably the biggest mental barrier that I see. How many times I've heard that people are saying, oh, but I don't like to be on a camera, I don't like how I look, I don't like how I talk, I don't like all of these things. And it's just simply because we are afraid of other people's judgment, we're afraid of other people's opinions, and we're afraid of just society, right? Like how we're being canceled or all that kind of stuff. And yeah, you know what? Like the life is way too short to care about such an insignificant thing as who thinks what about you. People think stuff. Doesn't matter what you do, people think stuff. And that should not impact anything that you do in your life. So yeah, that's the second thing. And the third thing that is more practical, I would say, that stops people from achieving their first $100,000 in revenue in 1 year is underestimating actually how much marketing it takes to get to $100,000. So that's the thing, is that a lot of times I work with RCICs who truly think that they're going to go post on Instagram, post on Facebook, or do whatever, like do a couple of things here and there, do one event, do one webinar, and that's it, and they're going to have clients. Well, I wish that was the truth, because then my life would be way easier. Marketing is a push, like it's a constant push. And the thing is that one webinar is not going to bring you tons of clients. It's very possible that one webinar will give you 0 clients. Maybe 1 client, maybe 2 clients. If you get 5 clients out of one webinar, like I need to talk to you, because I need to know what you did. One Instagram post or one TikTok or one LinkedIn post is not gonna give you any clients. Maybe if you're lucky, it's going to give you 1 client or couple, maybe. So yeah, that's not going to happen right away. First 30 days of like intense marketing effort, you're going to be hearing crickets. Like nobody is going to even acknowledge your presence on the internet. And it's really funny that people care a lot about what society thinks about them. But then when they actually start posting stuff, they start going online to market their business. They're very surprised because they hear crickets and they're like, oh, nobody actually cares. This video got 5 views. And yeah, that's how things work. So underestimating marketing efforts. Trust me, it takes a lot of posts to get clients. It takes a lot of videos. It takes a lot of conversations. It takes a lot of consultations. It takes a lot of efforts to get clients. Okay. So, sorry, just having some coffee. So, long story short, underestimating importance, significance, and just volume of marketing and sales needed in your business, that's what's stopping you from hitting that 100,000. And actually underestimating even the learning curve that you have to, as a business owner, undertake to learn how marketing works, how sales work, to get your business to $100,000. Underestimating that aspect is one of the biggest things I see. People like truly think, RCICs truly think that clients will line up out the door for some reason. And I don't know why would you think that, but people really think that like clients will just like come and like with PR cases and that's it, and it will just happen on its own, when it's just not a reality for any business. It's for every business. Like marketing is a big thing. Sales is a big thing. It doesn't matter if you've been around for 1 year or for 10 years. You know, even when you're listening for me right now, if you've been around for like 10 years, you will know what I'm talking about. Marketing still is a push for you. It's still a thing that you need to do. It's a big part of our job as business owners. So yeah, just to recap, and we're going to move forward to my strategy, how to deal with those challenges. So just to recap, basically, number one problem that I see most of people having is overcomplicating their business, and just that overcomplication leading to overwhelm and no action, no results. Number two, lack of courage and lack of support. So basically caring too much about what other people think, and just lack of that let's go energy, and like let's just do it energy. And then the third one is underestimating how much marketing, how much sales knowledge you have to do, and sales and marketing efforts you have to do to actually make things happen and get to $100,000. Okay, so now the fun part. The fun part is my strategy. So every single RCIC that comes to me, we try to go through basically three major big steps when we are creating our roadmap to $100,000. So step number one is making things simple. And that starts with creating a math of $100,000. And that math of $100,000 can look a little bit different for you, but I'll give you an example. And if you have like paper and a pen, you're more than welcome to just write it down so you can see it visually. I'm a super visual person. I like seeing it visually. So making a math of $100,000 would consist of two main revenue streams that you have as an RCIC: consultations and cases. Okay, so the question here that we're trying to answer, we're trying to kind of see, so what does it take, like what kind of work does it take to reach $100,000? So let's assume that you charge $150 per consultation on average. So let's say maybe you have a consultation that is 30 minutes and it's $100, and that is 1 hour and $200. So on average, a consultation is $150. So if you are, let's say, you do all your marketing, you do all the things great and beautiful, and you reaching your goals, and you have 5 consultations per week. So 5 consultations per week, that would result, again, on average, about $35,000 per year. Okay, so 5 consultations per week. And by the way, I'm not multiplying here on 52 weeks. I'm multiplying here on 45 weeks, because you're not going to be working during Christmas. You're not going to be working during vacation time. Maybe you have kids and you want to take some summer weeks off, right? So usually I do the math based on 45 weeks per year. Okay, so if you do 5 consultations per week, as your goal, right? It's a goal setting as your goal, then that would result about $35,000 per year. Depending on how much you charge for consultation, that number would be different. If you charge $150 for consultation, that would be $35K. So that's already pretty good, right? Now, the next question is, okay, we figure out how to make $35,000. How we're going to make another $65,000. So $65,000 left to make. Obviously, that would be case work, because that's just major thing that we do to earn our revenue as RCICs. So how many cases do you have to process to earn $65,000 per year? So on average, again, depending on your price policies, depending on what cases you specialize in, all these factors. But if we do the math, it means that you need to sign on 1 or 2 cases per month. So between 1 and 2 cases. So maybe some months 1 case, some months 2 cases, right? Again, depending on what kind of cases, depending on what's your pricing policy. So, and that would lead you to $65,000 per year. All right. So now we have the math. Basically, the math is super simple. There is no rocket science to it. You don't need spreadsheets. You don't need an accountant. You don't need business coaching. You don't need anything. You just need to figure out how you can get 5 consultations per week, right? and how to make those 5 consultations per week result in 1 or 2 cases per month. And that is it, my friend. That is very simple target. You don't need 1 bazillion clients per year. You don't need all these things that you think you might need. You may be thinking you might need some marketing manager. You may be thinking you need some, like free consultation. No, all you need is to figure it out. And I'm going to tell you how to do that right now. Figure out how to get 5 consultations per week, and then how those 5 consultations per week result in 1 or 2 cases per month. Hopefully 2, but we'll see how things go. And that is your $100,000 per year. So what I want you to do right now, if you can, pause this video, or you can listen until the end and then do this task, and just take a paper and a pen and do your math. What is your consultation price? What is your average case price? And just do the math. How many cases do you need per month or per year? And how many consultations you need per month or per year, right? And that's your homework. And I would be happy if you tell me and reach out to me on email or LinkedIn and tell me what your math looks like. I actually love looking at different people's math, because weirdly, it really can be different for a lot of people depending on their structure of business, what they specialize in, what they're charging. It can look like very significantly different. So I'm always super curious. So message me on LinkedIn, or you can email me. All the details are in description of this episode, and yeah, I'm looking forward to know what your math looks like. So that's step number 1. Okay, step number 1 is to figure out your $100,000 math. Step number 2 is to figure out how you're actually going to reach that. So how you're going to reach the fact that you're going to have 5 consultations per week. And as a result of those 5 consultations, you're going to have your 1 to 2 cases per month. So here's the thing that is very simple. Remember the analogy I told you about the gym and the diet, right? Same here. There is no fanciness. There is no strategy. There is no nothing. It's very simple. You take one platform. So it can be TikTok, it can be LinkedIn, it can be whatever you want it to be. Snapchat. You know what? I just did a Snapchat account. Very strange, but I'm trying it. It can be YouTube, like whatever you want it to be. You take one platform, and you promise me right now that on that one platform, you're going to post 1 piece of content per day. No exceptions. That's it. All you need to do is 1 piece of content per day. Yes, on the weekends as well. On the weekdays, on the weekends, on the holidays. I don't care. If you're committed to your business, you will find a way. You will find time. You will find resources to post. You have, I hope, the phone. You know, right now I'm not shooting this on a fancy camera. It's just my phone. You'll find a way to post just 1 piece of content per day on 1 platform. And all I want you to do is just to share your knowledge. That is it. And then the main thing what you really need to do is you need to stick to this for at least 90 days. Of course, I want you to stick for 1 year, but 90 days, first 90 days is the most crucial. And the reason why is because, so over the last couple of years, I've been working with RCICs who've been doing this and trying to make their marketing work and trying to, get visibility, get in front of people and, get consultations, get clients, right? And what I noticed is that when I told RCICs to stick to the plan for 30 days, actually most of them did stick for 30 days. But the biggest drop off would be in the next 30 days. So RCICs usually have no problem sticking to 1 platform, 1 piece of content per day for 30 days. But majority of them drop out in the next 30 days. So overall, not a lot of people actually going through 60 days. Just not a lot of people. And that's the main thing. Not a lot of people can just literally last for 60 days. And forget about 90 days, nobody can last. So that's what I want you to do. One piece of content. If you attended our business summit in September, you probably heard Barbara talking about this, but all you need to do, one piece of content, 90 days. If you last for 90 days, I can promise you that you will not recognize your business in 90 days. I can promise you that. But one caveat here is that you're not allowed to skip even one day. If you skip, you start over. You start over 90 days. I don't want to hear any excuses or anything. You got to start over. It has to be 90 days exactly each single day. And in 90 days, you will not recognize your business. And you know what? Those who will hit $100,000 in 2026 will listen to this video right now. They will go start posting and they will not miss any single day, and they will complete the challenge, and they will reach $100,000. I can guarantee that. But most of people will actually watch this video, close it, think about it, and just never do it, or start doing it and never complete 90 days. So my challenge to you is to actually be one of those few who really do complete 90-day challenge and who really do post every single day. All you need to do is just share your knowledge with immigrants. When I say post content for 90 days, that doesn't mean post content, book a consultation with me, book a consultation with me, book a consultation with me. No, that means serving your audience. That means serving immigrants. That means sharing your knowledge. That means actually helping people for free on internet through your content, the same way that I'm doing right now. Sorry, I just need to charge. Right now, I'm just serving for free. I'm hoping that somebody will watch this episode, and it happened before, and contact me in like 6 months from now and say, you know what, Alana, I watched your episode. I did what you said, changed my life. I've had that happening last year and the year before and the year before. So I'm serving for free right now. And this is what I want you to do for immigrants that would like to apply for permanent residence, for any immigration documents, whatever your case type that you're targeting. I want you to just get online for 90 days and one day at a time actually make a difference in somebody's life on internet. Serve them genuinely for free. Don't say book a consultation. Don't say contact me. Don't say link in bio. Don't say anything like that. Just truly, genuinely serve people. And that is as simple as that. Now, after 90 days, so again, looking at my notes here. So what do you do after 90 days? You actually reassess what results you got. So you reassess what worked, what didn't work. Maybe you need to now switch platform. Maybe you started on YouTube and now you want to switch a platform and you want to try TikTok because YouTube just didn't work out. Or maybe it's just you see that, okay, I got some results, but how do I make it more, right? Because you're not going to get to 5 consultations per week in 90 days. That's not going to happen. As we learned already, things don't happen that fast, right? So you need to, after 90 days, reassess and see what's happening. I do think that it's good to have a KPIs, like little Excel sheet. If you want, I can quickly explain you how KPI Excel sheet works. You can always message me on LinkedIn or email me and I'll explain it to you. I'm not going to get into that right now. So that's basically it, really. And it's pretty simple. And yet most of RCICs fail to do that. One of the things that I've heard recently is that, oh my gosh, but there's so many RCICs online doing this. I'm like, yeah, it's like saying that, creating a website and saying like, oh, but there's so many websites on Google. Well, yes, but that's kind of how the world works. Like, you gotta be there. If you're not there, you're behind. If you're not online, you're behind, right? Or if you're not online in a meaningful way, you're behind. I'm sorry to tell you this, but the fact that there are many RCICs online just means that, yeah, like, you should be there. It doesn't mean that you shouldn't be there. It means that you should be there, right? I understand how intimidating it may be that there are already people who got a lot of success on social media, but you have to understand that those people have been around for years in most cases. And yeah, was the best time to get on Instagram was in 2015? Absolutely. But you know when the second best time? Today. Best time to get on TikTok was 2021. Second best time? Today. Best time to get on YouTube was probably around 2005 maybe? Or 2010 when YouTube started. Second best time? Yes, you guessed it. Today. Today is the second best time. So yeah, so if you're not on online platforms, if you're not serving immigrants, if you're not getting visible to people that you were not visible yesterday, then you are missing out and you will not get $200,000. So 90 days, yeah, that's all it takes. And then the last kind of element to all of this. So the first one was math of 100,000. The second one was 90-day challenge, right? And the third one is the kind of a big thing that I want you to do is on monthly basis, I want you to track your results. So take a pen and paper right now and write this down. What do I want you to track? I want you to track, number one is your visibility. So what it is like literally vanity metrics of how many views you got across social media platforms, hopefully one platform only. So just vanity metrics, how many views you got, how many comments you got, how many shares you got, like how many followers you got, how many subscribers you got, like all that kind of stuff. I want you to track on monthly basis. Just put a number in your table, like do a very simple, don't overcomplicate it, please. Very simple Excel table, how many views, and all that kind of other social media metrics or website metrics you got on monthly basis, right? So that's first. The second one, I want you to track how many consultations you got on monthly basis. The third one, how many quotes you issued on monthly basis. And what are the quotes, right? Like what are the amounts? And fourth is how many retainers you got on monthly basis. So again, vanity metrics of social media, so views, shares, followers. Like the best ones are probably like views and followers. You can just do those two, that's fine. Do views and followers, that's number one. Then number of consultations, then number of quotes, and then number of retainer agreements or service agreements as we call them now. That's it. All you need to track on monthly basis. And then if you do that, that takes probably around, 10 minutes per month to do that. And if you do that, you will be able to see your progress, but also most importantly, you will be able to have data to see where the gap can be, right? So you can see, okay, like how many consultations I did, how many quotes I issued, how many retainers I got. And if I don't have enough retainers, is it because I didn't have enough consultations, or is it because I didn't issue enough quotes? If I didn't issue enough quotes, was it because my consultations were from wrong kind of clients, not for the case types that I'm looking for, or like what's the reason there? If I didn't get enough consultations, is that because my views went down comparing to the last months? Or is it because some other reasons, right? So that gives you that super basic data set to start being mindful about, okay, where's the gap in your business, what you need to be tracking. So yeah, that's my advice of the day. And guess what, guys? we are doing a planning day 2026. So this November, I'm doing, if you remember, I did planning day 2025 last year. This is the second one. I'm doing planning day 2026. Please subscribe or sign up, I should say. It's a completely free online event for RCICs, and I'm facilitating this event to teach you how to be able to plan your 2026. I want you to be able to have a framework, to have some time actually and some space to plan your business for 2026. So in the description of this video, you can see the sign up link for planning day 2026, where we all going to get together online as RCICs, and we're going to plan our businesses for 2026. So if you are aiming to reach 100,000 in your business in 2026, that is your opportunity to really get the things started off from a right foot with a right plan. Absolutely free during my webinar. I love doing these events. Last year we had so much fun, and I got lots of positive feedback about planning day, so I'm doing it second time. I will see you there. And again, guys, I will be happy to hear what you think about this episode, any insights, anything that came up for you. You're more than welcome to send me a message on LinkedIn, on Instagram, or just email us. And I would be happy to respond and give you my insights. So yeah, can't wait to hear from you, and subscribe. Don't forget to subscribe to this podcast.